Hey everyone, and welcome back to another episode of The Binding of Isaac Afterbirth Plus. It has been insanely long since I have put out a video on the channel, and I would like to apologize for that because it's very unfair of me to, leave the way that I did. Oh no. The game froze for a second. It was very unfair of me to leave the way that I did without saying anything and kind of just abandoning the channel for a few months. And I didn't intend necessarily on doing that. I did intend on taking a break of sorts, but I did not intend on leaving the channel for as long as I did. And pardon me, I left for a wide variety of reasons. There was a lot going on, and there has been a lot going on, within the past couple of months, to the point where I could not feasibly record and put out content for the channel at all. And I should have made that clear in an update video of sorts, or, even being active on my Twitter and letting people know. But I did not do that, and I would like to apologize for that because that's not fair by any stretch of the imagination. Yeah, I mean, a lot has gone on. A lot of things have changed, and some things for the better, some things, some things for the worst, excuse me, if I'm going to be honest. But that's life for you, baby. You just got to roll with the punches. You just got to go with the flow, And I am more than happy to be back and recording content again. It's something I've been thinking about for a while. Something I wanted to get back into and start doing again. Because, regardless of what I may end up doing, in my life as a whole, recording content and playing games and just like commentating, talking about whatever I want to, has always been something that I've really enjoyed doing, just on a personal level, let alone doing it, for people that may enjoy it. Wow, so we're off to a wonderful start here. The seed for this was 3YPM S4EX. By the way, fairly obvious I am extremely rusty going into this. But, I mean, can this not happen? Please? I am in no way prepared to take on any sort of challenge at the moment. I'm just trying to win. Actually, I shouldn't even be trying to win. This episode should just serve to let me get back onto my feet. Yeah, I mean, what was I talking about? I got distracted by, dying 2 minutes into the episode. I know generally what I was talking about, so I guess I can start from there. I really enjoy doing this, and it made me sad that I couldn't do this for as long as it was, and I probably honestly could have made a return to doing this sooner, but again, a lot has changed in my life in these past couple of months, and getting acclimated with all of that has been a task, and it's been difficult, and I didn't know when or if I was ever going to be ready to make a return, but here I am once again, feeling lost every now and then. I think that's how that goes. The Victorious theme song. Yeah, I despise that show, but it was on Nickelodeon whenever SpongeBob would come on, so I would hear the theme song periodically. But I definitely do not think I have made it clear where I've been the past couple of months, but I have made the move from Cleveland to Boston. So I am no longer a resident. Well, I'm technically speaking, I still am a resident of Ohio, but I am no longer there. I am in Boston, Massachusetts, and the lifestyle change has definitely been significant. I grew up in a rural town. That's where I was, and I usually, when I'm talking about where I come from, I just say Cleveland because it's easier, but in reality, I grew up in a town about 20 minutes outside of Cleveland, and it was a very rural, small town. You know, not too many people, not a whole lot going on, but I hate myself. But now, you know, I'm in Boston, and I'm in the heart of the city, and it's so much different. You know, you're thrown into this bustling, big city environment, and it's what I wanted, but it's so much. It's a lot to take in, especially when you have not lived in that environment before at any point. But you know what? It's been an experience being up here. Whether or not I'm going to stay up here is kind of up in the air at this point. But we'll see what happens. So I forgot I had that pill. We're going to absolutely take that because we're low on health. Oh, was there a tinted rock somewhere? No, that was in the last run before I died in an embarrassing fashion. Fistula should be easy. Shouldn't have any sort of problem. There was something else I wanted to bring up. Oh, I wanted to talk about the people of Boston. That's what I wanted to bring up. So, the people of Boston are different. I'd like to preface anything I say by just saying that they're different. So much different than what I'm used to. I was kind of hoping for a deal with the devil chance there, but that's okay. They're so much different. In the sense that for example, I have paid visit to many a restaurant up here, and why did I take that? I'm not gonna last in here. But I have gone to many restaurants, and No, I have a charged shot. I forgot that's what that did. I don't remember. But, yeah, I mean, like, I've been to some restaurants up here, and, you know, instead of, like, what I'm accustomed to and what I think is, you know, normal, where, you know, a waiter or the person that's gonna make your food or something, you know, when they ask you what you want, it's in a normal setting, they're polite, they're like, hey, what can I get for you, and like they check in on you, and like, you know, they basically, you know, enslave themselves to you, because you're a paying customer and you are providing that business with money, so therefore they are essentially your slaves, and you can order them around as you please. So in that sense, you know, they're real nice. But then, like, up here, you know, you're in those same kind of settings, and they're just like, this has happened multiple times where the person that is either going to prepare my food or is going to take my order, when I'm in line and I'm up next, they'll just turn to me and look at me, and they'll stare at me for a few seconds, and then I'll realize, oh, I'm supposed to tell them what I want. I was waiting for them to ask me what I wanted, but in fact, they were waiting for me to tell them what I wanted, and that has thrown me for a loop because I'm not accustomed to that at all. It's bizarre and strange to me that customer service people that work in customer service, they think they can treat me so poorly. They think they can just not ask me questions or treat me as politely as possible. They think they're, entitled to acting how they please because they work in a miserable establishment in the heart of the city where they get overrun with customers, It's just, it's ridiculous. But no, in all seriousness, I don't care that, I don't care one way or another, whether or not I get good treatment. It's just, it threw me for a loop because it was so different than what I was accustomed to. And like when I'm willing to wager that in any new environment, it's going to be different. The way people talk, the way people interact with you. I'm not trying to paint Boston in a negative light by any stretch of the imagination because, again, how people working in customer service treat me does not really matter to me. I've worked in customer service. I've worked in food service. I understand that it's pretty shitty. It's not a good time at all. And so I'm not one to demand necessarily polite or good service. While it's nice, and of course I will gladly accept it, it's not something that I will, get angry about if I don't receive, because I understand, you're stressed, you hate everybody, and you can't wait to go home. I understand that. And so I'm not gonna, lose my shit over something like that, like some people do. But it's just, it's different. It's so much different than what I was accustomed to. And, honestly, it was more embarrassing for me. I am so mad. What item do I have that takes me out of the room every time I take damage? The fuck is going on? But it just, in that scenario, I'm the one that's embarrassed because I feel like I should know the norms for how people communicate up here, but I don't because I'm not from here, and I can't until I've grown accustomed to being here. And now that I've grown accustomed to being here, I've kind of adapted, and really it's just up here, and I'm assuming that it's not only associated with Boston. It could happen in other cities as well, or maybe just in urban environments in general. But up here, it's like they want you out as soon as possible. So I'm all about making their lives as easy as possible and getting through with what I want as quickly as possible. Now, if I really wanted to make their lives easier, I wouldn't show up in the first place. But listen, I'm sorry. I need my Subway, okay? I need to go get a footlong on artisan flatbread with steak and provolone cheese, some green peppers, and some mayonnaise, and enjoy myself. I can't afford to not have that in my life. The seed for this one was I can read 63T0E9MQ. I am going to end the episode here on the shorter side because I am just getting back into the swing of things, and I don't want to jump right back into it with a 40-minute long episode. We'll save that for like tomorrow or something, but yeah, it's just like, it's all about getting you out as soon as possible, like in and out. Just they're behind the counter. They see you walk in. they kind of, it's like, oh, are you kidding me? And then like, all right, let's expedite this process as much as possible so I don't have to deal with you. And I completely understand that, and I have done that before in my own job settings. I completely get it, and I am more than willing to contribute to that and make it go by as quickly and as easily as possible. Because in reality, I just want my food and I want to leave. And in reality, they just want to get me through as quickly as possible so that I can leave and they don't have to deal with me anymore. So it's a mutually beneficial relationship. I'm not going to talk anymore about that. I'm going to actually end the episode instead of rambling about food service. But it feels really good to be back, and I am looking forward to producing more content and just getting back into the swing of things. That being said, if you guys enjoyed this episode of The Binding of Isaac Afterbirth Plus, let me know down in the comment section below. Like the video and share with your friends. That lets me know you want to see more of any game series I do here on the channel. The link down to the game is in the description box down below if you want to pick it up for yourself. Subscribe to more to the channel for more gaming content to play all sorts of games on my channel. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you very much, and I'll talk to you later. And I can't remember, I can't believe I can still remember that outro almost in its entirety. That's amazing to me. All right, goodbye.